Recorded right there. So, guys, good morning and welcome to the meeting. Today, I believe, is the 12th of October. And, congratulations to those that pushed her hard for Joe Jacobson week last week. We had a really, really solid week and are looking to repeat that today. Welcome to the opportunity, because it is right now. And guys, we're in the last 10 weeks of our opportunity now theme for 2020, and then we're going to have a new 2021 theme. I'm pushing for R&R is my personal theme, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But here is the good news from last week as of yesterday at 11 a.m. So if you see something on here that happened after 11 a.m. yesterday, maybe didn't get posted, feel free to step up and share. But we're going to start off with direct recruits, guys, and that is the first R in R&R. That is to recruit. And guys, I'll tell you what, 41 total recruits last week. It was very, very exciting to see that people were just talking to folks everywhere they go about their opportunity. So last week, Chase Bacon, Ed Takeda, James Reynolds, Trish Dale, Zach Tolbert, Matt Wagner, Mindy Nichols, CJ Clark, China Alford, and Chelsea Ulrich all spoke to somebody about a career opportunity. I am betting potentially even one of those people maybe even got on a career spotlight, maybe more. Please always step up and share that if someone does. We did a lot better job. I know I fielded about 4, maybe 5 phone calls from people in the field that were with a really good prospect. And it was really great talking to those folks and sending out those. And I know at least 3 of those people watched the Career Spotlight and filled out the questionnaire. So it is starting to go from activity to being effective. That's exciting. Moving on, Noah Bumgardner these folks had multiples. Noah Bumgardner, Liam McAllister, Jordan Dobbins, and Kenny D. Ken Duggins had 2 apiece, moving up to 3. And when you start getting into 3 and 4 and 5, that tells me that people have their radar up every day, not just every now and then to make sure they get bonuses, but they are looking for good people. And guys, you get what you find, or you get what you look for. Todd Stiles had 3, Brian Glazinski with 3, Greg Pendleton had 3, Brad Phillips had 3, Kyle Schneider had 3 as well. Toy Bellamy had 5, and I had 8 last week. I was just made a point that I am going to talk to folks every single day about our opportunity, and we are going to get our personal and field recruits up to be about 50% of our recruits organization wide. So would love to hear from let's hear from a couple people that we don't see up here all the time, but we will moving forward. Love to hear from Todd Stiles and Brian Glazinski with 3 apiece. Miglo, why don't you share with us real quick, man? What are you saying to folks, or what is your mindset with personal recruiting?
Yeah, just when I'm in the field looking for sharp people. I'm a huge believer in part of, I guess, what I say when I'm talking to someone, whether it's a prospect or not. Guys, we are very blessed to have this opportunity right now when, especially during COVID, when a lot of people are getting laid off and terminated and furloughed, we are hiring like crazy. So it's just sitting down with sharp people and, especially if they're, a couple of people that I actually personally sourced. One of them was a manager of a Subway. The other one was a manager of Domino's Pizza. And I was looking at them, they're sharp kids, and I knew that it would be silly for them to stay in that career for their entire life. So it's just sharing the opportunity, saying, hey, what we do can open up so many doors, so let me share with you what I do. And that's my opinion.
And I definitely remember speaking to TJ and the other candidate as well. That's awesome. Thanks, Brian. Todd Stiles, man, 3 direct recruits last week. Excellent work, man. Talk to us. How'd you do it? Why'd you do it?
Hey, can you guys hear me? I just figured since Brian was so far away, I'd back up a little bit too. But I just talked to. We just need recruits, guys. If we can't get them through mass recruits, we got to get them face to face. So I talked to as many people as I could last week, and plan to do the same this week, trying to bring some people on board because I want to grow this business and grow our team. So it seems like the easiest thing to do is just talk to people about what I'm passionate about, and that's this job. So back to you.
Heck yeah, thank you so much for doing that. And please, guys, please continue leading from the front. Let's see, 21, I believe that's up from like 12 or 13 people doing it last week. So we had a 50% increase. My challenge to us guys is let's not retreat back to 10 or 12 people. Let's grow this to 25 to 30 people this week, starting to get everybody on this list and see how many people start to get up over double digits with personal recruits that they're talking to in the course of a week. That's very exciting. First, you got to have the activity, and then the effectiveness follows. Moving over to the other R in R&R, and that is referrals. Also wanted to point out that this list, for those of you guys that are on this call consistently, you'll notice this list is longer than it normally is, much like our recruiting pipeline was more full than normal. We had 15 people with double digits in referrals this past week. And that is, it is no coincidence that we have a bunch of people that are taking and retaking Kate Wright's referral selling course. So know, guys, that if you've taken it before, you are allowed to take it again. There's no additional charge, even though the retail cost for it is $588. So, and I would.
Part of interruption. One last announcement.
Hello? Somebody else listening?
Whoever's mom is calling on speaker, could you please mute that?
Sounds like we have a different conference call hopping on now. But guys, yeah, I would, anyway, here's the folks that had referrals last week. 10, Brian Glazinski and Chase Bacon with 10 apiece. Josiah Carr, Jordan Dobbins, and Greg Pendleton had 12 apiece. Randy Graham with 13. Ed Takeda with 15. That may have gone down on Sunday because I know you sold some insurance yesterday, Ed. Kyle Schneider with 16. Michelle Wara with 18. Moving up to 20 plus. Rachel Hutchinson at 24. I know today will be Rachel's second day on the referral selling course, and Rachel will be the first one to tell you she didn't get referrals before, just not anything that was even on her radar. She would just plow on to the next person and go see them. But she is turning her business, much like Rob McLean does, into a referral-driven business, and it's a lot of fun, and she's getting it done in a lot less time, too, which is pretty cool. Liam McAllister last week had 28. Troy Bellamy had 32. CJ Clark had 34. Noah Bumgardner had 38. And we got a new 50-plus person. That is Miss Chelsea Ulrich. I'd love to hear from a few of these folks here in the top 5. We'll start with number 5 and work our way up. Liam McAllister, 28 referrals. What are you saying to people out there to get so many referrals?
Asking the same thing I always do, no matter how the demo goes, if they, buy or not, I'm always asking, I can tell you see the benefit in what we do, who comes to mind that might benefit from hearing what we have to say. Most people just appreciate hearing what we do.
That's awesome. Thank you for doing that, Liam. Toy, 32 recruits. Remind us what you say to folks. Toy maybe referrals right now. So we're going to move on over to CJ Clark, who has 34 referrals. CJ, what's your mindset with referrals? How are you getting them, and is it helping your business?
Just asking people, hey, we have a really good program going on where if you share somebody's contact information with me and I go sit and make a sell with them, sit down with them, make a sell, I'll give you a gift card just for helping me out, and it's working.
That's awesome. Here you go. Thank you for that, CJ. Noah Bumgardner, this is probably one of your better weeks of your career at referrals with 38. Talk to us, man.
Yeah, it's just using Kate's script and just making sure that I ask everybody that I see. And actually, one of the customers I protected last week gave me 18 referrals. So I was just head down, writing down names. How do you know them? What place do they work at? And just taking notes, and just had my head down and just let her keep talking.
That is outstanding. Now, did she bring it up first? Hey, can I give you a bunch of referrals, or did you have to get proactive and ask for them?
Oh no, I asked for them, and she went through. She told me a few. She referred me to about 10 people, and then she pulled out her phone and just started going through her contacts, and kept telling me names and saying, "This is how I know them." You know, you could say that, "Hey, I told you to call," and I just let her keep going.
Outstanding. Way to prime the pump, Noah. That is just smart stuff. Chelsea, 50, averaged 10 a day. Not double digits for the week, but averaging double digits every day. How are you doing it?
Well, so Van, I'm not gonna lie, I had a rough week. It was probably the roughest week I've had so far. So I knew that there was one thing that I could definitely control, and that was how many darn referrals that I was gonna get. So yeah, I just hammered away, and I was just like, I just never want to have this rough of a week ever again, and I know that the referrals will help, so I don't have to cold call for the rest of my life. So yeah, just kept pushing with them.
That's awesome. Character building weeks will come, and it's not about if but when. And life's 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. So way to react to smart, Chelsea, by getting a ton of referrals, because you're right. Referral selling is easier and more fun than cold calling. Not that cold calling doesn't work, but there are easier ways to do the business and smarter ways and more effective ways. So congratulations to you. Moving on over to, by the way, that's Kate Wright, RAIDT.com/referral-selling-course. If anybody wants to hop on that starting today. Today is the second live training course of, I believe, 4. Is it 4 or 5 that she's doing, you guys? I think it's 4. So it's not too late to hop on right now. Very easy to catch up on the course. It's got great audios and videos that go along with it to help you develop a skill that you may not have yet, and that's huge. So if you don't referral sell, guys, you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you don't know. That would be unconsciously incompetent if we're looking at the 4 levels of competency. So you want to become consciously competent with referrals for sure. Moving on over to demos, guys. And I'm going to pause for a second, and then Kyle's going to share with us a little bit on how to increase these. But you guys remember, 30-plus demos, 7 or more weeks gets you in the President's Club, which gets you a $100 bonus for every $10,000 of premium that you sell. We had people, I believe we gave out more than $1,800 of cash to our 3 President's Club winners in Q3, and looking forward to tripling that amount in Q4, because we're going to have so many people giving 30-plus demos. Last week we had 3. We had 7 total people up over 25, and on a Train More week, when we should be starting a little earlier, working a little late, pushing a little more, even putting in effort on Saturdays like folks on Train Mores are doing. Probably should have had a few more people on this, so I'm just going to kind of blow through this real quick. Congratulate the folks that did do 25-plus. So Liam McAllister had 25, James Reynolds had 25, Chelsea Eldrick had 25, Zach Tolbert had 26, and then there was a 3-way tie for number 1. That was with 30. CJ Clark, Chase Bacon, and Harry Huntley with 30 apiece. I'd love to hear real quick from the 3 people that did have 30-plus, and then I'll flip it over to Kyle for a couple minutes on just some basic things that you can do. You're going to want to write these notes down and then do this in the field to get your demos from wherever they were up to 30 this week and each week going forward. But CJ Clark, talk to us, man. How'd you get 30 demos last week?
Just going and being positive and pleasant when you walk into a place. Just really trying to approach every business like you're supposed to be there. I kind of like to laser, my approach like it's my job to walk in and sit down with you. And kind of like just walking in, Sally next door, she wanted me to come in and speak with you. She loved everything about Family Heritage. I'm going to go ahead and show this to you. And you just go ahead and start pulling out your iPad and say, hey, it's only going to take a second. But
Gotcha. Actually, I'm going to pause on that because I believe I asked you and Liam to teach a little part on this specific point here in just a couple minutes, which we'll do. and then let Kyle kind of come in and play cleanup on that. But Chase Bacon, give us an idea or two on how you got 30 demos.
Yeah, just kind of being determined. I had the mindset to I'm not going to go home until I get at least 6 every day. And some days it happens quicker than others, but just having that mindset of I want to get 6 every day, and good things will come.
That's awesome. 6 is the magic number, guys. I've seen so many 0 for 5 days turn into a 1 for 6 just by getting that last one. And sometimes it comes after 5 p.m., after 5:30, even 6 p.m. But it's amazing how often those people do buy. Harry Huntley, 30 on the nose last week, man. How'd you do it?
Well, similar to Chelsea, I was having probably the toughest week of my career so far. So I just kind of tried to channel my inner buffalo, as they say, and just sort of use that as my sort of motivation, just plow through it, keep my head down, and head right into it.
Right into the storm. Love it.
Yeah, really it was just about, not going home to get that 6th, 7th demo and just sticking it to them.
Very cool. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate it. Liam, I had 25 last week. A lot of weeks Liam was well up over 30, but since Liam and CJ both wrote Eagles last week, I'd asked both of those guys to kind of share how they did it and how the number of demos that they get in a day and in a week influences their results. So let me circle back around. We'll let Liam go first, and then we'll shift it over to CJ. Liam McAllister, the Irish Dolphin. Congrats on your first ever Eagle. Exciting stuff, man. Get that written up and sent in for a $100 bonus by this time next week, and again, that's worth $100 cash to you. So, Liam, how'd you get so many referrals? I mean, excuse me. How did you get? How do you keep your demos up? Sorry.
Show don't tell is the biggest thing. This week was a big referral week. I used always asking for referrals, of course, but really trying to follow up on them. I really didn't cold call a lot this week. I was actually sitting on a referral that I had for about 3 months, and I finally jumped on it, and it paid off really well. Kind of opened my eyes, like, why are you holding back on referrals? So that's what I was using, knowing someone's name and knowing someone's name and having that referral in there already kind of breaks down one of those barriers where they're already a little bit more at ease and wanting to talk to you, so it's easier to kind of get into a demo, and that's what I was focusing on.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Liam. Shifting over to CJ. Talk to us a little bit, man, about, I guess, why, more so than, but you get 30 demos more weeks than you don't. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, after definitely I saw it after last quarter, winning President's Club and, getting 30 demos 7 weeks in a row. I had one of my best quarters I've had so far being at Family Heritage last quarter. I sold 60,000, and I knew, that I needed to sell quite a bit to qualify for the Q3 trip, to also, and I needed to win President's Club in order to get the cash bonus. It wasn't really about the cash bonus. It was more kind of, doing the right activities and, you're going to see the right results. And that was really what was going to put me where I needed to be in order to hit the Q3 trip. I was, super excited, super focused on hitting that for me and my wife. It's going to be my first trip with Family Heritage, and we're super excited about it. But ultimately, just leading from the front and putting in the right activity was the biggest reason why I wanted to get 30 demos a week, hit President's Club.
That's awesome, CJ. I don't think it's any coincidence that you won your first Family Heritage trip on the same quarter that you decided you were going to win the President's Club and do 30 demos more weeks than not, 7+ weeks. I think you did it more like 10. So congratulations on that. Guys, I want to share something with you real quickly because, again, everybody listens to the same radio station. Anybody ever heard this one before? What radio station do you listen to?
WIFM.
WIFM, that's right. Anybody know what that stands for?
What's in it for me?
That's right. What's in it for me? So, guys, everybody listens to that same radio station, and unless there's something in it for you, for me, we typically won't make adjustments. We won't do things differently. Guys, I want to show you really quickly what's in it for you, and then I'll flip it over to Kyle just with a couple of key points on how. But this is the why. And, guys, this is a piece that's been around for a long time. We just thought, if someone does average in our business, if someone does 30 demos a week, and they do it over 48 weeks, that's 1,440 demos. If they average selling 1 out of every 6 demos, and many of you guys have a higher closing percentage than that, and if it does, that means that doing less than 30 demos costs you even more than this because your time is that much more valuable. But assuming they close 1 out of 6 and have an average transaction of $900 of premium. So if you do that, guys, 1,400 demos, if you close 1 out of 6, you're going to have 240 clients for the year. At $900 per, you're going to sell $216,000 of premium. Okay? That's going to create on a 40-2 contract, okay, averaging 40%, you're going to make you $86,400 of first-year commissions. Okay? It's also going to make you another $25,920 of lifetime renewals. Okay? For a grand total compensation of $112,320. Guys, here's what you need to understand. Because oftentimes, 29 sounds really close to 30, doesn't it? It's really close. It's only 1 away. Okay? But you guys, here's the deal. If you do 1 less demo, just 29 a week instead of 30, then that's 1,392 demos over the course of a year. It's 48 less demos because there's 48 weeks, right? They were counting for work. That's 1.6. That's the equivalent of taking off over a week and a half of just taking it off. But instead of taking a really cool week and a half long vacation to Tahiti, we're just taking it in our car, just kind of hanging out, not doing a demo. That's 8 less families protected. That's $7,200 less in premium. That's $2,880, almost $3,000 less first year income that you'll make that year. And it's $864 of renewals. So add that together, it costs you $3,960, just under $4,000 to do 1 less demo per week. Okay? Guys, if somebody went into your checking account and you noticed that it was $4,000 lighter than it was supposed to be, someone stole $4,000 from you, think about that for a moment. You'd probably be pretty upset, right? Yet, we allow ourselves to have $4,000 stolen from us just by making that one decision, guys. Remember, we form our habits, and our habits form our futures. Guys, just imagine if you did 1 less demo each day, five less, okay? 5 less per week. Now you're doing 25 a week, okay? 5 a day instead of 6. That's 1,200 demos for the year. It's 240 less demos. That's the equivalent of taking off 8 weeks, or basically not working 2 months out of the year. 25 demos a week instead of 30 is basically taking 2 months every 12 months off. It costs you 40 clients at 5 a week. It costs you $36,000 of premium. It costs you $14,400 of first year commissions and another $4,320 of renewals for a total opportunity cost of $18,720. Okay? Again, guys, 20 grand. So I guess the moral of that story is if you can't afford to give away 20 grand, you can't afford to do 25 demos instead of 30. And good Lord knows you can't afford to do less than that. And guys, some of you guys are motivated by not losing something. And I was just talking to you guys, and some of you guys out there are motivated by achieving more. And I want to let you know that the exact opposite is true as well. if you do 31 demos, just one extra per week, you'll make an extra $3,960 for the year. If you do an extra one per day, or 7 a day, 35 on a week, you're going to make an extra $18,720. Okay, that's in addition to the $112,000 you already made. You're creating $130,000 of first year renewal income. Okay, by doing 7 demos a day instead of 6, or for some of you 7 instead of the 4 or the 5 that you're doing. But just want you to understand the why and understand the opportunity cost by doing less than 30 demos. Okay, and guys, any one week. Heck, but 1 week you might sell 10 out of 30. 1 week you might sell 0 or 1. Actually, we don't do 0 weeks, so you might just sell 1 out of 30. That's okay. But over the course of a year, you're going to average about 5 to 6 transactions per week. Kyle, I'm yammering on right now. I know you had a couple ideas that you put together on how to increase the number of demos. So I'll let you chat for a minute.
Oh, man, just really quick. This is very technical. I would say one of the big things about just getting more demos is follow the system, follow the exact approach, and make sure that, guys, the goal of the approach is just to get a quick sit down. It's not to sell an insurance policy on your feet. So I tell people the very last line of your approach is extremely important, that you're doing it the right way. You've already established your rapport with them. You've already showed enthusiasm in your approach. You've already built rapport with name dropping of businesses. So the very last line is crucial, that you don't just throw all that rapport building skills out the window. So there's a right way to ask for a quick place to sit down, and then there's a wrong way. So I see a lot of agents have a very good first part of their approach, and then they don't ever get sit downs because they're asking to get a quick sit down in just the wrong way. So make sure that you tell Mrs. Jones the very last line, Mrs. Jones, I apologize. I only get a couple minutes. Do you have a place where we can sit down? Make sure that you break eye contact. You gesture your hand towards a sofa where there is a place to sit down, and you're almost leading them into that direction to get a sit down. It's extremely assumptive. It's the way that you ask that question. Now, if there's no obvious place to sit down, let's say that you're in a shop and it's just like it's a shop, there's no places to sit down. I don't ever ask for a place to sit down because there obviously is no place to sit down. So instead of saying for a place to sit down, I say, hey, Mrs. Jones, I apologize. I only get a couple minutes. Is it cool if I show it to you right here real quick? And while I'm saying that, breaking eye contact, I'm pulling out my iPad and opening up my iPad. And it's extremely assumptive. And 90% of people are like sheep. They just follow what you do. Right? So if you want to get more sit downs, it's about the approach, the way you end your approach, being assumptive, going straight to getting in your iPad as quick as possible. Here's the wrong way to do that. Guys, this is very important. The wrong way to do that is saying, hey, Mrs. Jones, is it cool if I show you something real quick? And you're looking at them right in the face. That's the wrong, that's a very bad last line. Because if you do it like that, all that rapport building skills that you just built with them goes out the window. You have to break eye contact, say that it only takes a couple minutes. It's really easy for Ms. Jones to commit to a couple minutes. Guys, we're really cool people. Once we hang out with her for a couple minutes, show the need of what we're doing. We're not selling, really bad, like we're selling awesome products. So like once we develop that, they're going to want to spend an hour with us. But we just got to get them to commit to a couple minutes, ask for a place to sit down really quick, or to show them right then and there, and then it's game over. But that last line is crucial on the approach to make sure that you're doing it the right way. That is it, Van.
Thank you for that, Kyle. That's huge, guys. The way that we ask, and guys, when you're saying that you have a place we can sit down, take the do off, because if you say, do you have a place we can sit down, it's a question. So you want to don't even say the do, because this isn't a question. It is, you have a place we can sit down. It's a statement. I'm letting you know that you do have a place we can sit down. We're going to sit down in it. I'm going to show this to you. So again, there's a lot of sheeple out there, and they're just waiting for you, the shepherd, to tell them, let them know what to do. And it's in their best interest. So feel good about that. But guys, you're in charge when you're out there. So now that you know how, and now that you understand why, can't wait to see at least a dozen of us out there this week with 30 plus demos, without a doubt. Thank you guys so much for that, for allowing us to share. Moving on to Sales, guys. Again, success leads clues. If you see the names in red, it's because their names were mentioned for 40 plus hours or 25 plus demos or both. And last week, let's see here, Brandy Graham had 2,268, worked 42 hours. Izzy Johnson, 2,681 in premium. Mindy Nichols, up over a builder's week, 2,805. Great job. 56 hours to do it. And Mindy's going to find out that as her skill level rises, she's going to be able to knock out a builder's week in 45 hours, and then 40 hours. And then it'll be a green out in 45 hours. And it works that way. Great job, Mindy. Ken Duggins last week with 2,905. Kenny D. Let's see here. Trish Dale. All she does is write Eagles and occasionally writes $3,424, but she writes Eagles a lot too. Great job, Trish. I'm actually reviewing your 10th Eagle that you emailed to me last week right now, so thank you so much. Rachel Hutchinson last week, 3,860. Toy Bellamy, 23 demos, rate 4,513. Josiah Carr last week, 5,216. 46 hours. Guys, you're going to see that everybody in the top 8 right here, 7 out of those 8 are in red for F numbers as well. Some folks can get away with it. Brad can get away with it. Why? Because he's a talented son of a gun. And as soon as you're as talented as Brad and can write an Eagle in less than 45 hours or less than 30 demos, rock and roll. Until then, I recommend you work hard. Rob McLean last week, pretty talented dude, but worked 46 hours and did 25 demos on his way to the 5,268 hours of premium. Zach Tolbert last week, very similar, 45 hours and 26 demos to flip-flop the 6s and 5s. To get sold $5,555 of GAP. Great job, Zach. Noah Bumgarner last week, solid week, man. Worked 46 hours, just full-time in it. Great job, Noah. $6,730 of premium. And we had 3 Eagles last week. Brad Phillips, 10,021. Great job, Brad. One of many, many. Liam McAllister, $10,155, 44 hours work, 25 demos. First ever Eagle! Great job with that, Liam. I know we clapped for you before. We're probably going to do it again before it's all over because it's kind of a big deal. Great job, man. And CJ Clark wrote his either 5th or 6th Eagle. It's getting to be kind of a normal occurrence with him. 10,502, and he worked 42 and a half hours and did how many? 30 demonstrations. That's right. So, guys, anything left for our 3 Eagle writers? Any words to the wise? Anything that you would recommend to anybody on the call right here that they do this week that can help them get closer to writing their first Eagle?
One thing that that Kyle I worked with Kyle one day last week. One thing that he pointed out that I was doing that I had absolutely no idea. I was going way too fast through demos. And he told me to, slow it down, kind of talk slow, like way slower than I was. Because I thought I was talking slow already, but that really made a humongous difference in getting people to a decision and selling a higher packages as well.
That's awesome, CJ. Thanks for sharing that. Hey guys, and let me share something with you. That was great that CJ had the luxury of having Kyle with him to point that out. But guys, let me ask you something. If CJ didn't have Kyle with him and he was on his own, what's another way that CJ could have come to that realization that he was talking really fast?
Record your demo.
He could record his demo. Guys, I'm going to give you a quick lesson here real quick on how to do this, okay? This is something I hope everybody will do. Hell, do it today. You'll be surprised at what you hear. And when you hear something that needs to be adjusted, you'll make the adjustment. Otherwise, you're just going through life. I use the analogy all the time of if you had a booger hanging out of your nose. Would you want your best friend to tell you at 8 in the morning or tell you at 8 o'clock at night? 8 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock at night. That's right. So you could walk around all day with a booger hanging off your nose looking like a jackass. No, you'd want to know in the morning at 8. That's right, 8 a.m. So, guys, this is finding out that you've got a booger hanging out of your nose. And so you can make the adjustment. So you can grab a tissue and you can get that booger off your nose so you don't look like a dumbass all day, right? So let's do some self-diagnosis. All you do, guys, is go take your smartphone, go into settings. The first thing you want to do is turn on airplane mode. Why? because if you're recording and a text message or phone call comes in, it'll stop your recording. So turn on airplane mode. As soon as you do that, just go over here. If you're an iPhone user, go to the Voice Memos app. It is black and has a red and white squiggly line on it. If you're an Android user, God help you. I have no idea what you're supposed to do, but that's how you do it for Macs. And then you just record before you even go in. Just walk on in there, do your demo, and then that night when you get home, listen to it. And again, I remember the first time I did that, I was appalled at what I heard. I'm like, that's not me, but it was me. And I found out that I needed to make some adjustments. One of them was slowing down. One of them was saying, a lot. There was a lot of several things that I decided to change that helped me get much better results. So I challenge all of you guys with doing that this week. Some firsts last week. Congratulations to Mindy Nichols for getting her first ever Builders Week. That is awesome. Congratulations. And I believe I saw that Mindy had 56 hours to do it. So great job with that, Mindy. Proud of you. And we also had, maybe you heard, but someone had their first Eagle. Liam, the Irish Dolphin McAllister. Congratulations on that, Liam. Proud of you, my man. We also did some hiring last week. Stephen Maynard, who is a field recruit of Brad Phillips in Asheboro, North Carolina. Great job. Welcome, Stephen, and welcome to Lake and South of High Point, North Carolina, who had the good fortune of meeting and interviewing last Thursday. We brought him on board, and Lakin hopped in the car and drove all the way to Raleigh on Friday evening to join us for Drive Shack for some. And I'll tell you what, we are some terrible golfers. Matt Wagner, you got to come out to Drive Shack next time and teach us how to swing that club. But we tell you what, it wasn't about the golf, right? It was about the fun. It was about the.
Speak for yourself, man. I actually had some good shots.
Actually, Brian's very good. Brian's a very good golfer. Not me, not so much. That's yeah. Ed was throwing the ball up in the air and swinging at it like a baseball bat. It was incredible. I think you about killed the people in the bay next to us with that one time. That was hilarious. Guess you had to be there. Passed his exam. Johnny McGee passed his exam on Friday, and then came and hit some golf balls with us, poorly like the rest. Congratulations, Johnny.
Thank you.
Dwight is in Sales Academy right now as we speak, so very cool. Congratulations, Dwight. Learned a ton. Elise Houghton is also just out of Sales Academy, and this is her first full week in Charlotte. So welcome, Elise. Kick some butt, have some fun, and just enjoy the process. And again, best week so far would be, well, I guess the Irish Dolphin had his best week so far, and we would also say that Mindy Nichols also had her best week so far. So congratulations for your best weeks, guys. Super proud of you. You've heard from the hot hands already. Great job. We had a bunch of folks finishing fat on Friday last week. Chase Bacon, 9.5 hours. Guys, this is a big deal, guys. Saturday, and if you're working 5 days, Saturday is 20% of your week. So you should have 20% or more of your production on Friday. Why? Because of momentum. We got a lot more momentum on Fridays, having gone through the week, having got 25 demos or so under our belt, and we're looking to push it up to 30 on Friday. But yeah, we never give up on a week. He had 45% of his week happen on, I don't think that's $68 is correct. I think there's supposed to be another number in there, but over about $700. Yeah, $68. Woo! Liam McAllister, 9 hours, 6 demos, and sold $14.40 on Friday to finish up his first Eagle. And I think Liam sold another couple thousand on Sunday. Is that right, Liam? He's muted. So Rob McLean worked 9 hours.
He said yes.
Good. Put $1,536 a premium. Did 30% of his week on Friday. Brad Phillips had 9 hours and almost $2,000 of premium and 20% of his week on Friday. Makes sense because it's 20% of the working days, Monday through Friday. Ken Duggins on Friday had 10 hours and sold 75% of his week on Friday, $2,148 of it. Never give up on a week. Ningao, right. And Noah Bumgardner, 8.5 hours, over $2,600 of premium, almost 40% of his week happened on Friday. Guys, never give up on a week. It can always happen. we did have a really cool bonus going on last week. Joe Jacobson cash. I sent that flyer to be put up on here, but some did not make it. That's okay. Here are the folks that won cash last week. You know, if you had a green out, it was $100. If you had 7,500 Globe Week, you got $250, and if you rode an Eagle, it was $500 cash last week for Joe Jacobson week. So congratulations to Josiah, Rob, Zach, and Noah. $100 a piece. Great job, guys, for your green outs. And Brad, Liam, and CJ, congratulations, 500 cash for your Eagles. Liam, it was a great time for a first Eagle, man. 500 cash on top of it. Well done. Couldn't be prouder of you, man. And guys, last week was week 4. That means that we are officially in the November sales month as of 8 a.m. So congratulations on that. These are the folks that were either had bonuses or were in the running for bonuses or had 7,500 or more going into last week. Zach was at 7,500. Todd at 9,600, Liam at 10,000. That his 10,000 more got him up over 20. So great job. Trish Dale was at 13. Brandy was at 13. Rachel Hutchinson was at 14.3. Rob McLean was at 14.8. And Brian Golzinski was leading the charge going into last week with $15,162 of premium. We'll see where it all shakes out tomorrow. So great job. And guys, I'm just going to kind of cut it short right there. We got a few other things, but we're going to kind of hold tight on those for right now because in about 60 seconds, Kate Wright is doing her second installment of 4 live referral selling course classes. So that is going to be happening right on katewright.com, referral selling course. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you guys for being on here, but also encourage you guys take a look at your quarterly, your fourth quarter VPF, and take a look at what your goal is for this week, and also why it's important for that goal, because that's going to be pretty valuable for you in achieving that. So thanks for being on. Kyle, am I leaving anything out?
No, sir.
I'm going to take that as no. And guys, thanks a bunch. Have a great day. And you guys on the referral selling course learn a ton. For those of you that aren't, get out there and protect some families. We've all been so very blessed. It's going to be a blessing for some other folks. Thanks, guys. I'm going to keep this on.
So that you and I